This happened about a year ago, and even now I still keep my doors locked. Even during the day, I live alone in a small house just outside the city. It's the kind of place where nights are extremely quiet. No traffic, no people. Just silence. That night felt normal at first. I went to bed around 11, scrolled on my phone for a while, and eventually fell asleep. I don't know what woke me up. But when I opened my eyes, the room felt different. Too quiet. Like the kind of silence that makes your ears ring. I reached for my phone. 2:31 a.m. And then I heard it. Knock. Just one. Soft, almost careful. I stayed completely still, staring at the ceiling. Maybe I imagined it. Then it came again. Knock, knock. This time, clearer. Coming from the front door. I slowly sat up, my heart already starting to beat faster. No one comes to my house that late, ever. No deliveries. No friends, nothing. I told myself it could be the wind. Or maybe something hit the door. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Because of the way it sounded. It wasn't random. It was controlled. Intentional. I got out of bed and stepped into the hallway. The floor felt cold under my feet, and as I started walking toward the front door, the knocking stopped. Completely. That silence felt worse than the sound. Like whoever was out there knew I was coming. I reached the door but didn't open it. There's a small frosted glass panel next to it. You can't see clearly, only shapes. And through that glass, I saw something, a figure, standing still, right outside. I froze. It wasn't moving, just standing there, like it had been waiting. Hello? I said, my voice barely steady. No response. Not even a shift. Who is it? I asked again. A few seconds passed. Then, a voice. Low, unnatural. Almost like it was forcing itself to sound human. Open the door. Every instinct in my body told me not to. Who are you? I asked. Another pause. Longer this time. Then it said something that made my entire body go cold. It said my name. Not loudly. Not aggressively. Just calmly. Like it already knew me. I took a step back. There was no way anyone outside should know I was alone. Or even that I was home. I'm calling the police, I said. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then suddenly, bang, 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 the door shook violently, like someone was trying to break it down. I ran back toward my room, locking the door behind me. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone. I sat there listening. The banging continued for a few seconds, then stopped. Silence again. After what felt like forever, I slowly walked back. Every step felt heavier than the last. I looked through the peephole. Nothing. No one there. I hesitated, but eventually unlocked the door and opened it just a little. The street was empty. No footsteps. No movement. Nothing. I closed the door, locked it, and turned around. That's when I heard it again. Knock, knock. But this time, it didn't come from the door. It came from behind me, from somewhere inside the house. This happened when I was staying at my aunt's house for a few nights. She lived in a quiet neighborhood. Older houses. Not many people around at night. The first 2 nights were completely normal. But on the 3rd night, everything changed. I went to sleep around midnight. At some point, I woke up suddenly, and before I even checked the time, I heard loud knocking. Bang, bang, bang. I sat up instantly, my heart racing. Police, open the door! That woke me up completely. Police, at almost 2 a.m. I got out of bed and walked slowly toward the front door. The knocking continued. Loud, urgent, almost aggressive. "Who is it?" I asked. "Police department." "Open up now." Something about the voice felt wrong. I can't explain it. It sounded flat, like someone pretending. I looked through the peephole. There was someone standing there, but the face, I couldn't see it properly. Even though the porch light was on, it looked distorted, like it didn't belong. "Ma'am, you are in danger. You need to open the door immediately." That line made me stop. If I was in danger, why would they want me to open the door? Then my phone vibrated. Unknown number. I answered it. A calm voice said, "Stay inside. Do not open your door." My heart dropped. "Who is this?" I whispered. "We're responding to multiple reports. Someone is going door to door pretending to be police." I looked back at the door. The knocking got louder, more desperate. "Open the door now." I didn't move, didn't speak, just stood there, frozen. After a minute, the knocking stopped. No footsteps. No sound of someone leaving. Just silence. The next morning, I checked the door. There were deep scratch marks near the handle, like someone had tried to force their way in. But the creepiest part? There were no footprints outside. At all. Never believed in anything paranormal. Not ghosts, not spirits, nothing like that. I was always the kind of person who needed proof. Something real. Something logical. Until I moved into that apartment. At first, everything was normal. It was a small place. One bedroom, a narrow hallway, and a quiet building that barely had any noise even during the day. Honestly, it felt perfect for living alone. Peaceful. Comfortable. Safe. For the first few weeks, nothing strange happened. No weird sounds. No creepy feelings. Nothing. Just normal life. But then, one night, something changed. I remember I was lying in bed scrolling on my phone, trying to fall asleep. The room was completely quiet. Too quiet. Then suddenly, knock, knock. I froze for a second. I looked toward my door expecting maybe someone was there. But then I just shook it off. I thought it was a neighbor. Maybe someone at the wrong door. So I ignored it. A few minutes passed. Nothing happened. So eventually I went to sleep. But the next night, it happened again. Same time. Same sound. Knock, knock. This time I checked the clock. Just a few minutes before 3 a.m. I sat up staring at the door, waiting for it to happen again. And it did. Knock, knock. It didn't sound random. It sounded controlled. Like someone was doing it on purpose. I got up and walked to the door. Slowly, carefully. I opened it. No one. The hallway outside was completely empty. Silent. Still, that's when I started feeling uneasy. And then I noticed something strange. It only happened when I was alone, whenever I had friends over. Nothing. No knocking. No sounds. Just normal silence. But the moment I was alone again, it would start. At first, it was just once a night. Then twice. Then more. Weeks passed, and the knocking got louder, closer, more deliberate. It didn't feel like someone outside anymore. It felt like something knew I was there. Finally, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I needed to know what was happening. So one night, I decided to record it. I set up my phone facing the door, making sure the camera had a clear view. Then I went back to my room and waited. The silence felt heavier than usual that night, like something was about to happen. Then, at exactly 3 a.m., it started. Knock, knock. I didn't move, didn't breathe. I just watched the live camera feed on my phone, my heart pounding so hard it felt like it might give me away. Then, I saw something. a shadow on the other side of the door. But it didn't look human. It was uneven, distorted, like it didn't have a clear shape. And the way it moved, it wasn't normal. It twitched, shifted slightly, like it was struggling to stay still. The knocking continued, slow, heavy, almost patient, like it wasn't trying to get in. It was waiting. I stayed in my room the entire night, too scared to even get close to the door. Eventually, the knocking stopped, and I don't remember falling asleep, but somehow I did. The next morning, the first thing I did was check the recording. I sat there, replaying it, again and again, and what I saw, I still can't explain. There was no one outside, no shadow, nothing. The hallway was empty the entire time. But the door was moving, very slightly, almost like someone was pushing it. From the inside, I stared at the screen, trying to understand it, trying to make sense of something that didn't make sense. Then I realized something that made my stomach drop. The shadow I saw that night, it wasn't outside. It never was. It was already in the apartment. And whatever it is, it only knocks when I'm alone.